So on this slide, I just wanted to recap a standard traditional approach to sort of your standard IT investment, whether it's something like a data center configuration or something of that ilk. So as always, we start with the overall strategic vision of the business, which then gets passed down to the IT team to sort of take on and take a grasp of. The second stage is the, especially from within my job, what seems to be the endless cycle of design, budget, redesign, rebudget, and a couple of iterations of that. And once you've got your ideal operating scenario, you pass that on to your procurement or provisioning team, who in turn pass that information onto the technical expertise who deploy that, who in then turn pass on the estate onto a maintenance and engineering team for the ongoing looking after the systems, etc. So what we have here is a very gated, slow-moving and staged approach, and it's often going to be aiming at sort of trying to fulfill capacity and technologies 3 years out. So in doing so, you will naturally overspec the system, and this will then have even larger capex costs up front. It's worth also pointing out that these costs in turn could have actually been put into the product you're trying to, or your service offering, rather than just investing into the platform used to distribute the product. Another hindrance of this sort of process is any change throughout the whole process on the screen at the moment, or anything after completion, effectively sends everybody right back to square one, and you need to start having that overall look again on the whole process. So how is the cloud approach different now? I'm assuming that anyone tuning into this particular webinar will already have a very good understanding of what cloud is and the associated benefits. But just for a quick reference point, cloud is on demand, it's scalable, it's self-servicing, and it's very measurable. And with cloud, we will definitely see ourselves moving away, as I alluded to in a previous webinar I did, on moving away from the CapEx model into an OpEx operating model. And all of a sudden, these issues that you've had regarding capacity planning will pretty much disappear overnight due to the scalability that we have. We're now able to see a direct linkage of usage to our costs, and this is going to be a very strong correlation. And we actually now have some flexibility when it comes to managing peaks and troughs, whether it's seasonality or timing of your services. One drawback of cloud, which can be quite easily flipped into opportunity, is that it's a very complex and large cumbersome billing cycles, often on a monthly basis of what you're consuming. So to really drive excellent and work well within the with the cloud environment, FinOps brings a 3-stage process, and those 3 stages being inform, optimize, and operate. And these stages in the life cycle really need to be governed by specific principles. And as I've already sort of alluded to, the key driver of FinOps is making sure that it is being driven out across the organisation, and really embedded into the culture.